It is said that in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. In that sense, Halo Wars 2 is the de facto king of real-time strategy games on consoles, where the venerable genre barely exists. But compared to the best RTS games, its campaign missions are flat, and its distinctive Blitz multiplayer mode sacrifices the stability of a level playing field for fast action.
I'll need nothing but bastards. And we are undertaking orders.
Instantly recognizable vehicles like Warthogs and Banshees grant an inherited personality to what is otherwise a fairly standard set of units. The single-player campaign's 12 missions took me roughly 8 hours to complete, including restarting a couple of them a few times. The mission design is nothing special, leaning heavily on hero-focused objectives of leading your Spartans around the map and holdout missions against waves of enemies. There's enough variety, but only a couple think outside the box. Between missions are some exceptionally well-animated cutscenes that tell the story of the UNSC starship Spirit of Fire. The latest Cortana stand-in, Isabel, is surprisingly endearing, especially next to the wooden Captain Cutter and his 3 interchangeable Spartans. The new brute villain, Atriox, fades into the background after a spectacularly intimidating introduction, but his presence is still felt through Isabel's fear of him.
We need to run as far and as fast as we can.
On Xbox One, I ran into numerous bugs in the campaign, including several crashes and hangs and mission events failing to trigger. It's an inconvenience I didn't expect to find in a game carrying the Halo name. Where Halo Wars feels most limited is in its controls, both on console and PC. As impressive as it is that just about everything you'd want to be able to do in an RTS works reasonably well on a gamepad, it's just too slow to select and micromanage your units effectively in combat. I expect most people will get through the campaign largely by selecting all units on screen and throwing them into battle to fend for themselves. And on PC, a broken minimap and other awkward controls make it feel substandard next to the likes of StarCraft 2. Support powers help compensate for the lack of micromanagement dexterity. Some of these are strikingly powerful when fully upgraded, such as these archer missiles that destroy a swath of enemies and the extremely useful ODST soldier drops. Using them at the right moment feels great and can absolutely turn the tide of a battle, or soften up enemies who have clustered around a control point. On top of the standard deathmatch mode, Halo Wars 2's territory-controlled domination matches give the support powers many moments to shine. And because you're given the choice of 7 commander characters with different sets of support abilities, you have a lot of options there. On the other hand, there's not a lot of room to experiment with base building options because placement is so rigid. There's also another territory control mode called Stronghold, where you're competing to control the most base building locations on the map when the timer ends. The twist is that everyone has completely unlimited resources. I'd call it a fun diversion, like playing with goofy cheat codes on. Blitz is the big one. With no bases or unit production to worry about, it's all about fast battles. Reinforcements are zapped in from a deck of collectible cards, which is a cool idea on paper because it prevents you from simply repeating the same successful tactics over and over again. Improvisation feels good, but I don't think it's a great fit for a competitive game because all too often you win or lose based on the luck of the draw instead of skill. Finally, there's a single-player and co-op variant of Blitz called Firefight that's about holding out against ever-increasing waves of enemies as they try and overwhelm you. Beating up on AI is a much better use of the card mechanic. Halo Wars 2 will scratch a real-time strategy itch and give you a dose of Halo universe flavor with a decent story, but it won't go much deeper than that. A run-of-the-mill campaign, controls that hamper micromanagement, and multiplayer that relies on luck limit its long-term appeal, but its fast and flashy action make it fun for a while. For more on Halo, stick with IGN.
You fought well today.